Guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lou. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8Life.com. Coach Lou will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve? With no further ado, here's Coach Lou.
All right, guys. Good morning. Welcome back to Breakthrough with Lou. We are live on the air this morning, ready to talk about the true you. And you might be going, isn't that some kind of new government software or something you got to do if you got to log into the IRS site or pay your quarterly taxes or something? I think there's something like that. I forget what they call it. I think it's ID Me or something. But today we want to talk about the true you. Do you know the true you? Do you know who you really are? Do you know what really makes you tick? And the most important question I'm going to ask you this morning is, do you know what makes you happy? Wow, what an amazing line of questions to fire at you first thing on a Monday morning. Do you know the true you? What are you truly here for? What are you meant for? Are you living this passion? Okay, what makes you tick? What makes you smile? What makes you smile inside at your heart and soul level? Too many people can smile on the outside and be happy and on top of it. And hey, man, there are mornings, I'm going to tell you the truth, where I get on here and I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy. I got to get happy real quick. I got to get motivated real quick, and I got to get going real quick. But you know what? The true me is motivated to do this for you. Okay, 5 minutes before, there's always something that's going to be a little glitchy, or, when we're running tests, or, oh my God, I want to be started at 7, but what if it's a 7:01 because one camera didn't fire or something? Does that really matter if I deliver to you? Now, I am big about trying to be on time and everything else in this world, but the true me, what really makes me happy is to know that I've delivered something that is quality content that you can put to work today. So that's the true me. Is the true me always on time? Is it ever always perfect? Do I read a script? Heck no. Okay, the true me comes from the heart. I know what I want to teach you today. I got a little outline that says make sure you don't forget stuff. Okay, we don't want to forget things that are important, but I also am not going to sit there and tell you, I'm not going to give you a speech on a Monday morning. So what is the true you? I'm going to ask that question. What is the true you? What are you truly meant for? And are you doing it? Are you living the true you? And you may be going, wow, this is going to get really deep really fast, Coach. Let me tell you a little story. There once was a small town boy in upstate New York. And this is not about me, by the way. Had come from a little bit of a rocky upbringing. Parents were married and divorced several times, more than mine ever were. And mine and my one uncle probably had them almost caught. But, it was like, so this kid's growing up, and dad was in the collision industry and, cars and stuff like that. And he worked really hard, this kid did. And his father was old school. You don't do nothing. That you don't hire anybody to do nothing you can't do yourself. So he's going on and on and on, and kid gets smart, turns of age to buy something, worked really hard, puts away a few bucks, buys this little multi-family unit thing, lives in one of them, and had big lawn, and he used to get out there on Saturday afternoon and spend the whole day doing all this lawn manicuring. And one day some kid in town says to him, hey, for $50 a week, I'll come mow your lawn. And he's like, wow, in the car business, could be putting my use to work somewhere else. Hey, you know what, man, it's worth $50 to reclaim my Saturday. Holy moly, it's one deal or something. I make 10 times that much, maybe 20 times that much. So he hires this kid. Well, dad, being hothead, shows up, sees this kid mowing his lawn and goes, dude, what the hell are you doing? Well, dad, got other things I can be doing all day Saturday than saving $50 to mow my own big lawn on this income property. Well, his dad gets mad, rip roars out of there, tells him, oh, you're Mr. Hoity-toity, too good for everything, pop, 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 pop. Well, long story short, said small town boy in upstate New York ends up selling a course about buying and selling automobiles and all kinds of stuff. I mean, hardworking guy, busts his butt. But today you know him. You might go online and see Dean Graziosi speaking. Real estate mogul, absolutely motivational, amazing kid. Well, let me tell you something. Amazing kid. He's not a kid anymore, far from it. But the amazing part is, one little other thing too. Boy was dyslexic, couldn't read or read it out loud or even barely read worth anything. And then you go, what was the true self? What would this boy have been if he had listened to his high school guidance counselor? He'd be working in a body shop still to this day, maybe owning a body shop. But he didn't listen. His true self was not somebody who couldn't read barely, was not somebody who was just meant to only work with his hands. And there's nothing wrong with working with your hands. There's nothing wrong with some labor. As a matter of fact, youngins out there, the real youngins, listen to this. Don't be afraid of labor, because let me tell you something, at some point, the two thumbs in the phone is not going to be the only thing in the solution in this world. Everybody can get on a phone. Everybody can go, oh, I'm going to do a selfie. I'm going to do a quick live. Okay? You're not all going to, a very small percentage of y'all are ever going to be viral beyond, oh, people know you, but you're not going to make a long-term business out of that. Some people do. You get into education and stuff, that's a different story. But I'm just saying, nothing wrong with labor. But this kid that was told, be lucky if you get a job at the factory, if you can fill out the application, your local factory in town, becomes a multi-millionaire who does all kinds of great stuff. And it's not all about get money. Okay, I think money's an amazing thing. It's a great tool. But it's not all about get money. What it's all about is living the true you. What is the true you? Okay, you might be, let's reverse this. Maybe you're very intelligent and you were told, you're going to be a architect, or you're going to be a electrician, or you're going to be a accountant, just like your dad and your granddad, or a police officer. And you got this burning thing and you're going, no, but I can create courses, or I can create videos for people, or I can write marketing script or something like that. And you're being told, no, your granddad and your dad and you got to do exactly what. No, it's not the true you either. That's the other side of it. You got to live by what's you. Okay. And that's where many times people say to me, that's an odd combination, dude. It's an odd combination what you do. You're an auctioneer, and you speak motivationally, and you coach, and you create this stuff. How does that even fit? You know how it fits? It's a true me. I love both ends of it. Okay? What does it take advantage of? It takes advantage of a voice that hopefully you can listen to for more than 2 minutes without going crazy. We've all heard that. Dennis drill tone. That's it. When people talk to you and you just can't take their voice, God willing, please tell me that's not the case in my case, because I will do anything to change it if that's the way I feel to you or come across to you. Sincerity, clarity, yeah, I bring it. Okay, that's the true me. The true me is to interact with people. I love people, whether it's virtually online like this, whether you're listening to me, sitting across from me, or whether I'm talking in front of a group, whether that's an auction or speaking. That is the true me, is to reach and connect to other people. Now, truth be told, as a child, I was extremely shy. And as an adult, I have my shy moments. We all do. I mean, nobody's perfect. If I met you, you might say, wow, you're a little more reserved until you get to know you than I pictured you on screen. But you're pretty much the same person. And that's the thing, congruence. But the real deal is there's still a little bit of a shy kid buried in there. And that allows me to have empathy and reach out to you if you're going, Well, I don't know about that. I can't speak up in a meeting at work, or I don't, I don't know. I don't want to get up in front of a crowd and talk, or, this would require, kind of be coming out of my shell type of thing. That's what I'm here to help you do. Okay. Been there, done that, walked the track. Okay. Kind of got shoveled into it at like 12. But, thank you, Dad. God rest your soul. He stuck a microphone in my hand at 12 years old and said, I need a break. I'll never forget that moment. And I hope this has some impact to all these. 12-year-old kid. Now, I used to, yep, and catch bids and write sheets and do all kinds of other stuff around the auction. My favorite thing was setup because I was could do it a little more on my own. But it was like I didn't know how to be an auctioneer. Nobody sat me down and said, say, bid would you give, or any of this stuff, or bitter bird or butter or whatever they taught them in auction schools to, say nursery rhymes. Nothing against that if you guys at all went to nursery school. Went to, some of these classes, or I remember taking my first license class in Florida when I moved here. I almost got kicked out of the class. Good old Jim Skeen handed us this card that said, you say 5 adaga 10 to be an auctioneer. This guy was a jerk. Okay, God rest his soul too. He looked like Colonel Sanders, but he was a jerk. So I'm like, cool, I want to be involved in this class. So I decided to get my license down here, and I sat up front, and I was going to be all involved because I grew up in the auction industry. And I get up, and the people are getting up and reading the card, and God bless them, it's first time trying, and some people sound a little better than others, whatever. I get up there and I just do what I do. I'm getting tugged out the door by my shoulder, my shirt. And this old dude tells me, in my class, you read off my card or else you don't graduate, and I'm what stands between you and a Florida license, pal. I was like, okay, I get you. Walked in the room, grabbed my stuff from the front. No, I did not walk out, because that's what stood between me and a Florida license. Went to the back row, parked my stuff, and sat there for the rest of it, and was like, be as you are. I know who I am. Okay? Always open to growth, and never say, oh, I know it all. But I was like, I went in with an attitude of, I want to help people. I can help them grow. They, maybe if they have questions, somebody brand new to an industry, and they go, okay, wow, somebody's been doing it a while. Maybe, I can offer some help. But it didn't work that way. And you know what that was? That was just pure insecurity on the teacher's part. So don't be that person. Once you get good at what you do, help others get even better. But the whole point of it is, when I tell you about Dean's story and stuff, he always talks about that underdog advantage. And those of us that have clawed our way up in life have an advantage, because you know what it's like to be on the bottom side of it. So let me recap on that a little bit with me. Okay, Dad gives me a microphone at 12 years old, gets the ball rolling. So I'm standing there, hands me the mic. I am scared to death. I am a quiet kid. Hands me the mic. I'm looking at these people, and I don't really want to do this. So my thought was to set it down and go find my sister and let her do it. Well, who knows where she was. We were in this big 20, 30,000 square foot facility auctioning it off. So I'm like, all right, if I put the mic down and run away, I look like I'm a big chicken. If I pick up the mic and try it, I might suck, which is probably the case, but all of a sudden the people were responding to me. They were cool. That was very nice of them to, interact. And next thing you know, I kind of liked it. Took a while for the butterflies to go away. Years, folks, years. But the reality of it was it was a changing moment. If my father gave me nothing else, and he was not an easy dad, he was the boss. It was, long stories, but we don't want to go down that rabbit hole because we'll talk about it all day. The reality was he gave me one thing, and that was the confidence to know that I can do anything. You can do anything in the short term for a small amount of time. You can have anything you want. The question you got to ask yourself when it comes to what you go after with zealous energy is this. You can have anything that you want, but do you want it long term? Is it something you want long term? Now, not every goal you go after is a long term goal. Sometimes it is a short term. But in the grand scheme of life, what you're going after right now, is it what you want in the long run? If it's not, shift gears right here, right now, get back to your true self. That's the whole gist of the show today. If you are not on the track to exactly what you want long term, shift gears today and change it. Okay? Yeah, you might make people mad. You might have people going, what are you doing? Are you crazy? You know what? Maybe you are a little crazy. But isn't it crazier to dumb yourself down, hold yourself back, and not be the true you? Is this not the truth? Now, you want a little tool to help figure this out? Now I'm going to cut you loose because I'm running up again. I'm trying to keep these 15, 20 minutes. Preferably to 15 because I realize it's early morning, folks. So here we are. Ask yourself the question, if there were no constraints, what would I do in life? What would I do? Well, what do you mean? If there were no money constraints, money didn't matter. Take it out of the equation. Your location didn't matter. You could live wherever you wanted. Okay? You could do whatever you wanted for a living. And I'm not talking about if money were no constraint that you would just go sit on a beach and look at the water and drink margaritas. That's a loser's limp way out of doing things. Okay? I'm talking if you didn't have constraints of if I had the money to start a business, if I had the money to move across town, or if I had the money to buy this facility to run the business out of, if I had the money to build a school in a third world country so that after a while there would be no third world countries anymore, what would you do with no constraints? What would you do? Who would you be? Would you be the person that gets up and goes, oh, I got to go to work this morning. Oh, here we go again. Oh, starting over the treadmill this week all over again. Or would you be the person that wakes up earlier than your alarm and cannot wait to get on your day? Okay? Who could you help? Who around you could you help that needs help that you could give a hand up to if there were really no constraints? If you were really living the true you? Wow. And this could go across so many avenues of life, guys. I could teach on this. We could do an entire seminar on what I'm covering for you today. So a couple of things. Shows have changed. Monday morning's still the same. Still the same. Yeah. Everything is still just as great as ever for Monday morning because it is great. I believe Breakthrough with Lou is great. It was founded to help you. All right, Tuesday night is Healthy and Wealthy with Coach Lou, where we get into health and wellness a little deeper, and also we get into some wealth ideas. And not coming to you as a doctor nor a financial advisor, just a good coach that has some good ideas that are simple to implement. All right, I'm your simplicity coach, guys. I want it simple. All right, Thursday morning, we dig in a little bit deeper into business and success with Small Biz Talk with Coach Lou. That would be me. What we talk about there is, definitely the entrepreneurial spirit. Now, the entrepreneurial spirit doesn't necessarily only go across being a business owner. Sometimes you can apply this stuff, and all the time you can apply it in a career too. So don't dismiss that if you go, well, I'm not interested in being a business owner. There's still a lot you can learn. Then Thursday night is Coach Lou After Dark. That is our call-in radio show because there's too much censorship on a lot of the video platforms and the social media platforms, and you can't really get into some deep discussion, and that is going to be the Thursday night. You want to talk about it? Tell me what you want to talk about. We'll get into it as long as it's based on an outcome of growing, as long as you understand free speech means for all, even the people that don't agree with you. So we might get a couple of callers on that don't necessarily agree. But you know what the deal is to try to find that middle ground, the true you in everybody, and go, hey, What can we learn from each other? Don't have to agree, don't have to convert each other to anything else, don't have to switch parties, don't have to, switch religions, but what can you find out that's in common? Where can we better our communities? Where can we unite our communities, our families, our world, our country, instead of having our country in the divided mess? So that's kind of the goal of the show, is to get people to go, hey, you know what? We might disagree, but there's somewhere in here that we agree. And how can we kind of have it all within reason, without this wackadoodle too far to either direction, and go, hey, you know what? Americans first. U.S. first. Our country first. Then care for the world. But, protect our children. Care for our world. Boom. It's not that hard, guys. Live by it. They're the 10 Commandments, and I don't care what religion you are. I'm not going to judge. But if everybody kind of lived by the 10 Commandments, we wouldn't need subsection 70.2967.a.d.c. in every single 100,000 laws on the books. If you live by some basic decency, right? Think about that. All right, so here's the deal. You can catch all my shows, and we're doing a little bit of. What do you call it? We're doing a little bit of rearranging some of the web pages and stuff that direct you. But to catch the live shows and to get directed to all the links, it's lou.live. I like to keep it simple, guys. So go to lou.live to check out all the shows, get on them, check them out, watch the replays. Lou.live also has a link to the replays, which is hosted on our educational website, life.com, where you can get all kinds of cool courses too. So check it all out, guys. Join this community, and we got a lot coming up. I don't want to take any more of your time on this Monday morning, because I want you to go apply it. Go find the real you. Start living the life you deserve, and just break through it, guys. Break through whatever stops you, and let's go to work. Live with faith, energy, passion. Always live your dreams. This is Coach Lou signing off until the next roundabout.
Ready to take it to the next level? Tune in to XLR8Life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lou himself. As Coach Lou always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dream.